Hey everybody, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We'll work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together, and if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and subjects, looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. We do have a coupon code special that is still active. If you'd like to join, it's 50% off the first month only on a monthly membership, and a larger discount. It's about 4 times the size of the discount going with the yearly membership using special as the coupon code. And you can switch from a monthly to a yearly if you'd like. Let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. Starting with the DXY, and again, I still think this could go higher. What I see is a falling kind of flag pattern. These generally break upwards. So everything is still intact for an upward move. You've got your kind of base down here that we've broken on top of. This is your return move. And higher, higher, higher is what I see. That generally is spurred by yields. Now, we were down today, down 0.22% on the dollar, and we were down on yields across the board. The two-year yields down 2.32%. You've heard me say that the cent on the 10-year is protecting the 4.5% level on the 10-year. So we've got a downward move. Now, we had nice, good, solid move higher here. But we're starting to see some selling pressure. So I'm going to take this, and now we could consolidate or maybe even reverse. This is very close to a bearish engulfing pattern, which is a reversal candlestick. We'll see what follow through we get, if we get any. And I know that the Cent has said multiple times they're protecting the 4.5-ish% level on the 10-year. So, and a lot of the times you kind of have to do the whole curve. So that was down today. The 10-year, there we go. See that? That's a bearish engulfing on the 10-year. And it's right at 4.5%. There's the 4.5 mark. So that is a bearish engulfing. We'll see if there's any follow through here to the downside. And then the 30-year yield also getting some selling pressure. I should say buying pressure for bonds. Yields pulling back. So that also has a bearish engulfing, and we'll see what kind of follow through we get, if any. TLT bond prices moving up. That is not a reversal candlestick. So what I'm going to do is because yields do have reversals on yields, I'm going to leave that open-ended and see what happens. We've got the 2 and the 10. Still looks good to go higher. These are just small little candlesticks coming back inside the big green. Still looks good to go on up and invert again. TYX TNX ratio, this is uninverting, coming back up. That is good for gold. So when this goes up, where the 30-year yield goes down less than the 10-year yield, I said that right, we get this to move higher. And this is a tailwind behind gold. Every single one of these are big tailwinds. So gold's up $45 an ounce. Pretty big move today. And that does look like a potential reversal candlestick. Nice, good wick at the bottom. When you zoom in, what you'll see is you'll most likely see a broken downtrend. You guys see that? There's your broken downtrend to the upside. We can also get a return move. A lot of the times you break out, it does something like that. But that's what I'm seeing in gold at this moment. Not a bad candlestick today to try to work its way on up. A little bit of support right where we're at. Silver up 0.8%, looking a lot better than yesterday. Not a ton of follow through here from the selling pressure side. I was concerned about this bearish engulfing that showed up. That also has one here for gold and silver. So we got it wasn't tons of follow through. If you're going to have a huge sell off, generally what they do, market hits it pretty hard, and you get these big red candlesticks like that. But this is still holding on. It's still holding on. Platinum's up 1.2%. This actually looks pretty good. I'd like to see this thing really rip out of here and break. That'd be a very nice win for me, at least. And then palladium up 1.2% following platinum. This one looks like it's starting to work its way out of this trend line break. So that's looking better too. And it does look like a larger double bottom being put in place. It can track sideways for a little bit before it moving higher. It doesn't have to do it immediately. XAU to gold ratio sideways, no updates there with the gold and silver mining companies divided by gold, still the same as before, huge runway of appreciation. So GDX is up 2.15%. And again, I'm going to leave that arrow there. Why am I leaving the arrow there? I'm leaving it there because gold's looking better. I'm leaving the arrow there because TYX, TNX ratio, all these things are interconnected. So I'm using like 10 different chart patterns to make my assumption of what this arrow is going to do. And I'm also using this chart pattern here too. GDXJ also higher. And again, I left that upper thing. And the way that these things move is you get these kind of consolidation patterns, and they're usually downward facing. So another reason why I left it in there. SILJ, also, I think it's going to go higher, and that looks good. It's up 1.43%. Nice little candlestick today. A lot of the times you break out of these things, then you get a return move. And that return moves in a falling wedge. Looks good. Go higher. Crude oil down 2.15. This looks good too. It's not bad. Usually, if you're going to see a large selling pressure move, you don't get these big wicks at the bottom. Those big wicks are generally downtrend line breaks. So if I were to throw a downtrend line on this, it's a break out of it and it's coming back up. And then you can grab this guy, and basically we've got a bullish formation forming right here, and it's the same fractal that gold had right before it broke out and ran, but this is just on a super small scale. So we're looking for a potential break higher in oil in the very short term. But we're down today, but it's not a bad looking candlestick. There's no reversal candlesticks. Another thing that we could look at is this could be a potential shoulder head shoulder that gets scribed out here from a bullish perspective. TTF gas up 0.88%. We've got the falling wedge. That still looks good to go higher. Nat gas in America down 4.44. Couldn't really gain much traction at this resistance level up here. So we're getting a pullback here. Now, I'll just say this. In 2025 and 2026, we're getting a lot of takeaway capacity for LNG terminals. So I think that natural gas, particularly, I would say in the winter, depending on the weather, summer and winter, hot summer, cold winter, this could easily dramatically change in price for nat gas in America. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, not much selling pressure. It makes me think that people are holding on to the shares and actually accumulating. So this is an outperformance for XOP, and I think we could still go higher. OIH also still looks good to go higher. There's not tons of selling pressure here or follow through. But kind of just fill in this gap right there, which it did today. So I do think that we could potentially head higher in both XOP and OIH. Newcastle coal futures tracking sideways above support, the big long-term support. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust looking to go up a teeny bit here, but that still looks good. Remember, I'm looking for downward facing patterns. This is downward facing. This is downward facing. This is downward facing. You guys see how it's tilted? So horizontals here, downward facing is that, upward facing is this. The upward facing ones are all bearish. These are all downward facing patterns, which means that it's a bullish formation. And you can see we've got downward facing patterns there too. Uranium futures pricing just tracking sideways, but still looks good to go higher. We've got URA in the equities, slightly lower today, but uptrend still intact. It looks good. URNM a little bit more selling pressure, but still looks good to go higher. And then URNJ down a little bit. Nice, yeah, still looks good to go higher. We've got support going across here. Everything looks good, and we have a downward facing pattern. Good, good, and good. Nickel up 1.16. Good to see a little bit of buying pressure in here. A little bit of buying pressure. That's good. We'll see if there's follow through. Copper still squeezing into this corner here. And that's what we've got going on there. COPX down a little bit, but above support. Still looks good to go higher. Lithium down 1.22. No reversal candlesticks or anything in there. Still looks good to go higher. REMX looks good to go higher. No reversal candlesticks. We've got support underneath us. Sitting on top of patterns is bullish. Sitting on top of support. Sitting on top of a trend line. Sitting on top of anything. Maybe not anything. You know, if you're sitting on top of some stuff that's not good, that's not a good thing. But iron ore still squeezing. Still looks good. Nothing wrong there. Short term, it's just a bullish pattern here. A little flag or something's going on. Aluminum down slightly, bearish engulfing today. Still, I think that could go lower. I would agree with what I put on there earlier. Baltic Dry Index down 1%, still in that pattern, the consolidation pattern that I've got there. And I drew it in there a while ago. I mean, this thing could also be a falling wedge or something like that. So we can draw it like this. And then we can draw a nice one. And this could come down, you know, it could come down like this. It depends where that other couple comes from, but I'll leave it like that. Emerging markets down slightly, but still bullish. Just a small little down day above support, sitting on top of support. Moves up 1.64. This looks really good. I think this looks fantastic for a move higher. Totally, for sure. I gotcha. Yeah, it looks good. KRE up 0.1%, looking good, right on support. Bullish until we break back down. XHB, bullish. We're sitting on top of support. There's no newer low. It's higher highs, higher lows, and then you have to create a lower low for me to get bearish. Russell 2000, bullish, right at support. And that support level is this guy going across there, that downward trend line. We're right on top of it. S&P 500 is looking bullish, moving on up there. Basent and the plunge protection team are doing their job. They're getting those yields down, getting that 10-year yield down. You think people are coming in here diving into the 10-year bond market? I don't think so. Someone is, though. That's sitting on top of support for the NASDAQ. It's bullish at this moment. We've got the SMCI down 2.3%. Still looks bullish because we're coming out of patterns. Out of patterns. Still looks good. We do have resistance up ahead of us. NVIDIA down slightly, but still looks bullish above a broken downtrend. Bitcoin, again, it's still bullish because we don't have tons of selling pressure here. No reversal candlesticks. We're underneath some resistance. We're going to try to break through here at some point. But you could see a very big up day in Bitcoin coming very soon. And you'll see it break through that. It'll be something like that. It'll be one of these candlesticks like these. Something like that. Ethereum down 3.33 or 3.36. Still looks bullish. So whenever you get these big green candlesticks and then the small reds, those are all bullish to move higher. MicroStrategy down 4.73. So again, I've got that sideways to downward arrow, and it's based off of that candlestick there, which is the bearish engulfing right there. And then we squeezed up in an upward facing pattern and blew to the downside. It's a small pattern though. So we'll have to see what kind of follow through we get. The VIX is down 4.25 and it's Basent's crushing this thing. I know, I'm pretty sure he's in there doing something with the bond market and with stocks. But that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website, special coupon code if you'd like to join. We've got a question and answer session coming up on Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll cover a bunch of stuff. And I'm sure some people have some questions about a particular company. So we'll go over all that. And I'll see you there on Sunday, guys. So see ya.